3, 4. Hey, Drew James here from learnguitarinlondon.com. I hope you're having a terrific day. I'm playing a really great little strummed set of chords for Drive by Incubus. And it's a really fun selection of chords. There's just 4 of them, but they're not your everyday chords, and they will test you intermediate players out there. It's a really fun song to learn. Let's start doing it now. Let's play the riff really slowly. Essentially, there's 2 components with this, like there is in many songs really. There's the chords, which are quite challenging in themselves and a little bit different, a bit out there, and then there's the rhythm pattern that is syncopated and makes this riff more challenging still. So I'm going to break down both of those elements for you, and then I will show you the pre-chorus, this that part, so I will show that to you. So let's do a breakdown of the chords. This first one is based on an E minor. So you're on fret 7 on the A string with your index, your middle finger on fret 8 on the B, and your ring finger on fret 9 on the D. Okay, so you've got this power chord E7, and then you've got the middle finger on fret 8. And for that chord, you're actually strumming all 6 strings because it's an E minor. This is your bass note E. The next chord, middle finger on fret 7 on the A string, index finger doing a big stretch to fret 5 on the D string, ring and pinky clamped together also on fret 7 on the G and the B. And for this one, you're strumming the bottom 5. So we've got this, moving to this. So I'll show you about optimizations and movements in a moment. You're then playing a C major 7 chord, but using the A major 7 open chord shape. So we're index finger on fret 3 on the A string, and then we're ring finger on fret 5 on the D, pinky finger on fret 5 on the B, and middle finger on fret 4 on the G. So you've got this chord here, and you strum the bottom 5. Quick recap. Final chord. So we're going to lift up the index and middle finger from this chord, leaving a 5 on the D and the B. It's going to take the middle finger and place it along the top on the thickest string on the 5th fret also, leaving these here. Now with that middle finger, you're going to want to deliberately fret just below your callus so that the fleshy part of your middle finger touches the string below, the A string. So that's muted. So when I pick the chord, the only strings really we want ringing are the thickest string, the D string, and the B string, and the E string. So we've got pick, mute, pick, ring. So they're your 4 chords. Quick recap of those 4 chords. So those chords in themselves are a big challenge, okay? It's not necessarily that the chords are that difficult, apart from the second chord, that is. It's more how you change between them quickly. So I'm going to give you some tips of how I've learned it. First chord, okay, that's a gimme. You can make that pretty easily. When you move to the next chord, use your index finger sighting on fret 7 as your kind of goal to get to with the middle finger. So move that there first, okay? Just replace the index with the middle. Then stretch the index to fret 5 and get that ring and pinky squished on top of themselves, squeezed in. That chord change is the hardest. This next chord, C major 7, you just need to get to know the shape off by heart. If you've ever done an A major 7, it's pretty simple. And then this final chord, well, I've given you optimization tips already. Leave these here and just bring the middle finger and put it on top. And then back, round. So my first bit of advice is, get to know those chords extremely well. Just by strumming them like this. So on and so forth. So when you've got the hang of that, now let's start having a look at the right hand and how the rhythm does its thing. So I'm going to play the rhythm. Basically the rhythm is the same round in a circle every time, but there's a few little intricacies with it, and it's easy to trip up on it. One chord for now, but what actually happens in the song is that rhythm pattern, it changes chord half bar like this. But anyway, we're going to stick with this one chord for now to learn the right hand pattern. So, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. Slower, down, 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 up, down, down, down. So when you've got the hang of that rhythm, you can then start picking out the bass notes or the individual strings that happen in that rhythm pattern. So I'm going to say bass where we're doing that. Bass, bass, down. Up, down, up, bass, down, down, up, bass, bass, down, up, bass, down, down, bass, bass, down, up, bass, down, down. Okay, so now we'll start putting it in to a chord change. Now my advice is do it incredibly slowly. Make sure you can do the rhythm pattern with just one chord first of all, and perhaps even in the beginning don't bother with the bass notes, just keep the rhythm going like this. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. Okay, now we'll do it slowly with the chord changes. Bass, bass, down, up, down, up, bass, down, down, up, bass, bass, down, up, bass, down, down, up, bass, bass, down, up, bass, down, down, up, bass, bass, down, up, bass, down, down. Okay, so I hope that's a good breakdown for you. Just one further thing I want to add to that is when we go bass, bass, down, up in the rhythm pattern, there's this little bit of space that needs to be adhered to. So just try going down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. So notice I'm keeping this hand going the whole time. Miss, miss. I'm sort of doing this miss, miss, up, down, up, down. Just a little tip there to make sure you get the rhythm right. Okay, so that is the main riff. So practice the chord changes, they're challenging. Practice the rhythm pattern with just one chord and then start copying what I've done there. Okay, that intro verse riff is also the chorus. It plays throughout the verse, but there's just this little thing that happens before the chorus starts. So we play a C major 7, which is fret 3 on the A and the D. I hope you can see that okay. Let me just manually focus my camera there so that you can see that chord clearly. There we go. So we go. So we're going from C major 7 to an A7 chord. So that means leave the middle finger where it is on fret 2 on the D, and you bring your ring finger underneath on fret 2 on the B. And we get this. So we go down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, that a little slower. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4.